This time around, I'm finally gonna shed some light on a hot topic. HiroshimaSpirit! That's right, kids, a bunch of you have asked, and now I'm finally making the video breaking down my Hella 500 auxiliary light setup. Now, this isn't gonna be a step-by-step kind of thing, because obviously the work's already done, they're already installed, and have been for quite a while, but I'll at least go over how I've got them mounted, the kit, and little basic things about it, just so everyone can understand. I'm also going to be officially revealing all the fresh vinyl that I just stuck to the car over the weekend. It's a work in progress currently, but I think that I'm cooking up a pretty badass looking livery. So stick around and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But for now, let's talk about these bright boys here. The lights I chose to go with for this project are your basic out-of-the-box Hella 500s. And let me just start off the whole thing by saying that these are not meant to be rally lights. It's a common misconception that's easy to make because rally people tend to use Hella 500s or other big spotlights for the front of their cars. Anyone who follows this channel should know by now that I'm a big-time endurance sports car racing fan. And in the days before purpose-built prototypes with giant headlight pods and GT cars with a ton of auxiliary lights fitted to the bumpers, they would just stick as many lights on the front of their cars as they could, like so. And that's the look I've gone for here. Old school endurance racing. Just stick some big lights on the front of it however you can. Plus they come in really handy for night runs on the tail of the Dragon when I go up there, and really if I'm in the middle of nowhere and it's super dark, I'll pop the covers off and I'll flip those babies on just for a little bit of extra visibility. Okay, back to the description. At the time I purchased these, they were about $60 for the set on Amazon. They might have gone up a little bit by now, but I can't imagine it would have been that much. You can get them in two different styles, a driving light or a fog light, so basically it'll either work like that or work like that, and in my case I got driving lamps for my particular purposes. And the kit comes with everything you need. You of course get the light assemblies and covers, a complete wiring harness with detailed instructions on how to mount it and connect it to power, and of course a switch, which I have yet to mount nicely. The wiring harness itself is ready to go out of the box. With all of the connectors you need, it's grounded in several places, the instructions explain everything, there's even a fuse, a little breaker box in there, and really, it's as plug and play as you can get for something that's aftermarket. My particular example isn't hidden that well. I eventually want to rerun this stuff and clean it up a little bit better, but it works, I followed the instructions, and I haven't burnt down the car yet. So that's a win. But what about how you mounted them? I'm sure you're wondering. That's where it actually gets kinda hard. I wanted to mount the lights in this general vicinity, pretty much where they ended up, and I thought, well, behind the license plate cover is probably prime real estate, but how am I going to do it? I didn't really want to drill into the bumper or the bumper beam for that matter, and frankly I didn't think it was going to work. And then I did a little bit of homework and I found a bracket. It's basically just an L-shaped piece of aluminum that bolts to the license plate holes, and then of course you affix your lights to the bracket. Now, the description on Amazon said that this bracket would fit the US license plate holes, and that just wasn't the case. Two of the holes worked, and then the other two I had to drill out myself. Not a huge deal, but it was kind of a pain having to trim it up and drill more holes, but there it is. The reason why it's so difficult is that this particular bracket that I bought is getting tougher and tougher to find by the day, for whatever reason. If you hop on Amazon, eBay, or even Google and type in license plate fog light bracket, you'll get things that are similar to this, but that particular one gets buried in the search results, and I don't know why. Also, the front license plate cover doesn't lie flat on the bumper anymore, but trust me, you want it in place. It's kinda ugly without it. It's snapped into place, it's just not flush, and it's not going anywhere. I haven't lost it yet. And yes, I know, since someone's going to ask... By the way, I put yellow film on them. Badass. I know someone's gonna ask, and there you go. They work. Perfectly. And that's pretty much all there is to my aux light setup. It's really simple, out-of-the-box stuff, it's less than $100, and it's a fun, jazzy thing you can do if you're an off-road enthusiast or if you're a dumb, niche sports car nerd like I am. I know a bunch of you have been curious about this whole light setup, so I hope this makes it a little more clear for you, and maybe it'll inspire you to do it yourself. I'm going to include links in the description, definitely for the lights, and I'm going to try and find a link to that bracket, in case anyone wants to do this on their own car. What about this livery nonsense, though? As I said before, it's a work in progress. There's still some more to come, but the endurance sports car racing theme is alive and well here. Got the number placards, of course. My nation's flag is represented there, and I just wanted to throw a little bit of color on the side of the car to offset my signature fender stripes. I kinda ripped off BMW with the red and blue there, but those two colors go well together, and I think they really suit the car. And yes, before you ask, it's the same on both sides. Except, of course, I've got my beloved Pegasus Bunny on the driver fender for good luck. I do track days every once in a while. It's not hard parking. So, drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. And remember, there's still more to come. It's not done, but so far, I think it looks really good. Also, if you don't already follow me on Instagram, firstly, what are you doing? Just kidding. And secondly, I'll probably be posting some more photos of the car here pretty soon because I'm really proud of how it's looking right now, kind of excited about it, and when that happens, I tend to take a lot of pictures and share them. So look out for more content on Instagram at HiroshimaSpirit, all one word. And one last thing for all of those who were wondering, old Greenie is still here, bopping around, just serving as the daily tank for my partner. So Greenie's still around, just it's the stock one, so it doesn't get a lot of attention. And with that said, that's it for me this time. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that it clears up the whole thing with the lights for those who are wondering, and I hope you guys like the livery. I mean, I didn't do it for you, I did it for me, but when other people like it, that feels good, but I like it, and that's what's most important. I really still want to get the roof wrapped chrome, but one day at a time. It's just on the list of things I want to get done on this car. But that said, that's it for me this time. Thank you all so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just love this car so much. You guys don't understand.